That
Should
one
have got
tastes
myself
good.
a fresh brew.
Did you get one?
Nah, but we're live now. I can wait.
Sod it. You're all good.
If I disappear,
Good morning, mate. Good
hello,
morning,
buddy.
people. How are we doing, guys? Let me just see. We got Luce. Oh, Luce was giving me grief, wasn't she?
Why?
No, I can't. What was she saying? Oh God, I can't remember now. Sorry, Luce, but I think she put it in a comment. I can't remember what it was. But good morning, morning. Retro reselling. How are we doing, guys? Good morning, gentleman marketeer. Good morning, mate. So, how are we doing? Because we spoke this morning actually, and these, I think you were speaking about in your latest. I don't know whether it was your latest one, but you were talking in a section of one of your parcel drop videos about these 5 a.m. starts. About how, I don't know, when I feel like when I was doing 20, 30 a day, I feel like I had to get up and do it, but at the same time, I'm such a morning person, like way more than an evening person. And I was like, right, I've had enough of getting up, because Luce goes to work about, this is my partner, Luce, not Lucy in the chat, but she goes to work about, what, 8? So no, she leaves here about 7:45, and I've probably just got out of bed, going down to the unit, and I was like, I listened to what you put out the other day, and it just reminded me of where I was at, or where we was at as well. In terms of getting up early, feeling good, getting everything done pretty much as soon as we possibly can. So I got out of bed. I was like, right, no later than 6, on the road, coming back, and absolutely everything. I'm talking breakfast, shower, even like cleared up my office a little bit. And usually I'm like groggy coming to this and like just setting up, and I'm just all over the place. So getting back into that, I think suits me down to the ground, because as soon as I walk out the door, and they've got the whole lights on out there, as soon as my eyes like start like widening, and then I'm in the van, that's it, I'm done. It's like at a car boot, you know, when you get up Sunday morning, you're like, oh, for God's sake, get in the van. But as soon as you're on the road, you feel good. And I feel like I'm so far ahead of the day already, like shipping done. As soon as the off license opened next door, they were there. And it just, everything feels so much better.
Yeah, I mean, it's not revolutionary waking up early and getting more time in your day. But I look back at when I was doing it previously. So I went through a stint of probably, if I'm being honest to myself, probably about 3 months where I was up at 5 o'clock every single day, apart from if the car boot was not on at the weekend. I wasn't up at 5 o'clock for the weekend. But Monday to Friday, like the only day I really struggle is Friday, and I'll come on to that. But it's crazy how different I feel this morning to how I felt even on Monday. Because on Monday, I told you about this. I've been sleeping like horribly. I think I've been worrying about money quite a bit, especially with this whole 4% thing with eBay. And it's been like, I don't know why, it's been causing me to wake up. And I've been waking up like 1 a.m, wide awake, not being able to go back to sleep to about 3 or 4. And then Leanne's alarm goes off at like 6. And normally Leanne's alarm is like my alarm as well. But the amount of times recently where she's been leaving the house and I've stayed in bed. And on Monday, I naturally woke up at 9 o'clock and I voice noted you. And I was in such a foul mood on Monday all day. It threw my day completely off. And I said to you, we'll talk about it, because I called it like the male period. And I have this a couple of times a month or once a month where I don't know what's pissed me off, but I'm pissed off. And I tell Leanne this, I said, I'm in a shit mood today. It's not you. I can't tell you what it is. I'm just in a shit mood. I was out charity shopping, and I said to Luke this. I put my AirPods in, charity shopping. Most of the time I have one in, and I like to have a conversation. Both in. And I was looking for a rail, and some guy come and stood next to me and started to look for the rail as well. And I was so annoyed. And I was like, no, this is not the attitude. Like, why are we getting annoyed at someone looking? This is not your charity shop. Do you know what I mean? But you know, when you're in one of them moods where you feel like someone's going to say something to you and you're just going to lose your shit. I was in that mood. And I call it the man period. We have them as well, ladies, okay? So I said to Luke, reflection yesterday when I dropped the parcel drop episode was, it was the 9 o'clock start that threw me off. because all day I felt like I was chasing my tail. I'm not going to get this done. I've got all these orders I need to do. I need to do a YouTube video. I want to do a true crime. I want to do this. And the whole day it felt ruined for me. But yeah, this morning got up at 5. And what have I done this morning? I've achieved so much this morning by the time of this podcast that I'm ready now to go out sourcing or to sit in all day and correct these eBay listings if eBay's actually done the update, because yesterday they hadn't done it. But yeah, it's a real hack because I'm a morning person. When it gets to the evening, I've got no productivity. So when it gets to 7 o'clock, my brain is on shut off mode. I don't want to think about work. I don't want to think about anything to do with this. I don't want to think about YouTube. I just want to like chill most of the time with Leanne or watch football, whatever I want to do. So I'm getting back into the 5 o'clock routine, and it's not going to be a big like announcement, like blah, blah, blah. It's just, I'm going to do it for me, if that makes sense. But yeah, 5 o'clock, the hack, I think.
Yeah, as George was saying, I think I'd die if I got up at 5. But then Shells to Rooney was like, "Oh wait, not 5 a.m. early, more like a 6:37 early bird." Yeah, I mean, I don't think I could go straight back to doing the 5 o'clock starts like I did last summer. But even just that this morning, I just feel so far ahead, and I think I understand the fact that it's so much more about what you do in your day rather than say like getting up at 4 or 5 o'clock and smashing it out as early as possible. Because I mean, I crash, not gonna lie, but I mean, just like what you were saying there, like 6, 7 o'clock. I'm more like 3 o'clock. Like 3 o'clock comes and I'm starting to like taper off. It's so easy to know because like I'll be looking through the racks as well at charity shops, and then I'll be like, why am I getting so tired? Why do I want to go home? And I look at it, it's like 2:30, 3 o'clock. And I'm like, that's why like my body's telling me like what you're doing. So yeah, I get the whole like, you know, it's more about how productive you are in your day rather than like getting up early. It's not saying that getting up early is the one, because many people are like what they call night owls anyway.
Course, yeah.
I'm not, mate. Like if there's an 8 o'clock kickoff, I'm finished. Like I'm like half time falling asleep on the sofa. And there's so many 8 o'clock kickoffs recently, like Champions League midweek, Monday Night Football. I'm a wreck, and I want to stay up, especially if Spurs are playing. But yeah,
you're right there. It's not about you have to get up at 5 o'clock to be successful. This is not what I'm saying. For me to be successful, I've got to get up earlier. I can't work later in the day. For me, that's not possible for like my social life, my family life, but also for myself and my productivity. Because I know if I'm sitting here at 9 o'clock doing eBay listings, I've not got no motivation to do it. Well, other people are happy to do that up until midnight because they'd rather not get up early. Some people get up early and work till midnight. You've got to find what works for you. But for me, getting up early doesn't feel as much a struggle than working late.
Yeah, I remember at uni when it was like deadline was hitting for an essay, and you get them people in the library with like a crate of Red Bull or Monster just smashing all-nighters, and I'm like, I don't know how people can go to bed. So, I mean, I think it was Harry last night or this morning, and he put a post up at like 2:30 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, I'm done for like 2 days if I have a late night. I don't know how people do it, but like it's just me, and I'm like, I know myself as a person now, and like productivity wise, kind of like my routines and everything, and like I feel like since summer stopped, I haven't been playing to those strengths. You know, like I haven't been getting up as early as possible, because if I know that I know it's probably a massive mental thing, and so many people probably thinking like, yeah, like what do you mean you crash at 3? What do you mean you crash at 4? Like just keep going. I don't know what it is, but I'm not productive. Like now, getting up at say 5, or sorry, not 5, getting up at like 6, half 6 or whatever that happened today, like it just suits me down to the ground. So yeah, and it's the same as if I get up at say like 7, half 7, 8, like, but I just lose hours. So I think, yeah, I don't know what it is, mate, but it suits me, and I think I have to stick to this routine because.
All right, look, let's go back slightly. All right, the amount of times we promised to stick to something, and we're going to stick to it. Look. What I'm saying is, don't put too much pressure on it. At the end of the day, if you wake up tomorrow at 6 o'clock, then okay, it's still earlier than you normally would wake up. So don't put a crazy amount of pressure. You haven't got a boss who's forcing you to do it. You know, I'm going to attempt to do it. Is there going to be days that I don't do it? Absolutely. But if I can do more early starts, I feel I'm going to be a lot more productive. And yeah, it's not even. Do you know what? For me, it's not even about getting so much done before like I normally would wake up. That isn't even it for me. Like just actually feeling like I've got the energy to do it makes a huge difference. And adding the gym into that is really helping because they do say that, and it is true. You go to the gym, you walk out the gym, you feel so good after. And yesterday I went to the gym at 10:30. I was in the gym for 2 hours, and I came out of the gym knowing that my eBay work had already been done, knowing I had to come home, do some YouTube stuff. I needed to record the parcel drop video, and then I needed to source a bit online. And that was it. That was my day done. But I came home so energized from that 2 hour session at the gym. So it all goes hand in hand. And then you want to eat better because you're sleeping better. You know, it all plays a part.
Yeah, I think Chelsea's right as well. Chelsea, your body does naturally tell you eventually what it needs. And when resting, sleeping, getting after it is appropriate for you. Because I mean, even when I was doing these crazy 5 a.m. starts, like when I was doing that consistently throughout the summer, like I was always crashing. I was always kind of needing naps. So I don't know whether it counteracts it or whatever, but yeah, I mean, Crystal's saying I'm a night owl. Roger goes to bed at 8 p.m. So I get 3-4 hours of uninterrupted time before I go to bed.
Oh,
Yeah, because that's what a lot of people do with
Roger's
kids and
not
that
a
as well.
distraction. Take that back.
It's unreal.
But that's right. I think Crystal nailed it on the head there. It's the uninterrupted time. And I mentioned that in the episode yesterday where this morning I got up and I came in here to edit the video. I had edited a crime video I was doing last night. And I said to Leanne, it got to the point last night where I felt like I was just rushing it. So I said, no, it doesn't have to go out. There's no time limit on it. So let me just pause it and let me come back to this morning. 5 o'clock came in and finished the edit. And by the time I had near enough finished the edit, Leanne was getting up, getting ready for work, leaving for work. So all of that time I've done now means I haven't got to do my eBay day today and then come home and worry about that. It's just little things, but it's the uninterrupted, which is good because no WhatsApp messages are pinging off at that time most of the time, or you might get a couple, but it's not like, you know, in an evening or midday where it's just bang, bang, bang. I mentioned yesterday about the whole Instagram. I haven't got that distraction right now, which has been great. And it's kind of just wake up and get to work. And that's my mentality at the moment. No distractions, wake up, get to work. Because I don't know about you, mate. I don't want to be, and Tech talks about this all the time. Although he does eBay to a crazy level, he does not do eBay all day. He doesn't want to do eBay all day. And I'm the same. I don't want to be sitting here all day on the eBay platform personally. It's just not what I want to do. So I'd rather come and do other stuff, do my eBay, and then go back to doing other stuff. And then allowing my evening with Leanne to chill. Because I can justify a bit more.
I think that's a really good point, actually. And the whole like uninterruptedness, it even goes down to the, even just on the road this morning, like there's barely any cars going down the A road to my unit. And then also going to the post office guy or the guy at the convenience store that I drop it off to. He opens at 7, get there at 7. And he even said, like, I really appreciate you coming at this time because it's a tiny shop, mate. It's so small. And then when you're bringing like an IKEA bag, or say like if you didn't ship over the weekend, 2 IKEA bags on a Monday, like say like 10, between like 10 and 1 or something, it just causes like a queue and it's a nightmare for him. So just uninterruptedness, like everything's really smooth at that time. And then, yeah, like what you're saying about getting the day done as soon as possible, like getting it done uninterrupted and then getting to the gym, or say like the likes of you, like you said this morning that you was editing your video, just doing stuff other than that, other than the eBay stuff is nice. So
yeah. I want to say as well, like this will change, like when hopefully touch wood in the future we both have children, if that's what you want to do. The schedule will completely go out the window. And I would have to adjust my body. Now, I don't mind if need be. And I've mentioned this before. One of the benefits of Text Group is it is based in America. For me, that is a huge benefit. Other people see it as, oh, it's not just a UK-based group. And I get that. But for me, if I have to adjust my life to work nights, I will be able to do that. Because I still feel like if I want to hop into the Zoom call and listen to the calls as background, I can still do that and get my work done. So that wouldn't be the end of the world. The sourcing would become more of an issue because you'd have to do maybe sourcing throughout the day, getting napping throughout. I don't know how it's going to work. Look, I've never had children before. There's probably people in here with children being like, you have no idea.
Yeah, I wanted to go on to
because
that.
I'm saying like, right, okay, so I'll just work between the hours of 12 till 6 because the baby will be fast asleep. That'll be perfect. And then Leanne will be up and I'll be able to go sourcing at 11. No, I don't have a clue. But it's going to change again in the future, hopefully. But right now, for my situation and what I've got to manage, I feel the early start works. Hey, it's only been a day. It's only been a small day.
Yeah, get so carried away.
Like, the early start. Tomorrow I'll be coming on the parcel drop being like, I've had a nightmare, lads. I woke up at 12. What's going on?
Yeah, and I get that as well. Maria said to me on Instagram, it just said about the time, because like she couldn't make it just because of the it's like getting the kids together, like go to school, which I completely get. Like hopefully in the near future we can change the time a little bit to accommodate for that. And
another time change on the podcast.
Everything changes.
Unlike us to change the day or time of this podcast, I think we've had about 20 changes in the last year.
Oh, consistently inconsistent. Yeah, toddlers hit different on sleep. I'm under no illusion that when James has kids, when I have kids, that things have to change. It's not like I'm such a routine person. I go on about routine all the time, and I don't even have a set routine. It's crazy, but I know for a fact that when you have kids, it has to change. So
I love watching George's day in the lives where he's got his like kids round the charity shops with him.
Yeah.
And I feel part of the time George probably really enjoys that family time, but there's also times George is probably feeling like this would be so much easier if I just got in the car and done it myself. But he hasn't got a choice. And so I like watching George's day in the life of how he kind of manages it. Well, he looks like he manages it on screen, but maybe when the camera goes off, he's pulling his hair out.
Yeah, I rate that so much. And I wanted to go on, speaking of George and you, and probably Jamie Dodger Flips as well, with like the charity shops. It was something I was going to move on to later, but a lot of you seem to keep, I don't know whether people keep getting messages about, taking from the poor and like all this kind of stuff where like, it could go to other people, or you're robbing charity shops, all this kind of stuff. It just I seem to see it a lot, probably over the past like week or so. You've done a video, George has done a video, or part of his video. I don't know whether Jamie Dodger did quite recently as well, but Luxury Pickers put something up. Is it a thing at the minute where there's just a lot of trolls, or just people getting annoyed about it?
Yeah, I mean, my video I put out wasn't about, this all came off the charity shop haul I done. And this wasn't about robbing from the charity shop. This is more about why, as a YouTuber who does reselling, are you telling people where you get your stuff from? And look, the guy in his things made some valid points. Some of the things he said did make sense, but a lot of it is a bit like, and my attitude goes to, why are you subscribing and watching reselling content? What do you want us to put out? Because if I suddenly went, oh, guys, I've got the best haul of my life today, but I'm not going to tell you where it's from. Anyway, let's move on. I sold £600 worth of stuff today, but I'm not going to tell you or show you what that was. Just trust me, I sold it. Thanks for watching. There's no value. So where I'm doing a haul and I'm saying, oh, I got this from a charity shop. It was an Oxfam. I didn't tell you what town it was in. But you've still got to go out and you've got to go and put the hours in to find the stuff in the shop. You might go to 20 Oxfams tomorrow and find nothing. I've been there. I've done it. It happens. The other thing I showed in the video, guess what? TK Maxx yellow sticker. Who doesn't know about TK Maxx yellow sticker? And my video came out after the sale ended. So I don't get with some people what they want from watching YouTube resellers. And some of the points the guy made is great. Yeah, it's causing more competition by YouTubers putting content out there. Yes, it is. He's right. Yes, it is. But you've still got to go and do it. As I say, I can tell you the TK Maxx has a yellow sticker sale on. I didn't do that video. But I can tell you it has a sale on, yeah? Are you going to then go and drive to 10 TK Maxxes tomorrow? Most people are probably not going to do it. So I feel the people who are kind of moaning about YouTubers ruining reselling are the people who might not want to go out and do it themselves, personally. But I'm not getting the whole thing about you're stealing from a charity shop. I haven't had that one. I know Thrifty Georgie has. I know George Ross has had that. I think you're right. Jamie Dodger's had that as well. And I don't get it. I think if you're watching reselling content, what do you actually want from that?
But do you think it's resellers themselves? Like, say maybe ones that don't venture out that often. I don't know. And then when they do, they get disheartened about the fact that there's barely anything in there. Like what you said, like boots are not on the ground, not going to enough charity shops. I mean, when I go out, it's between 20 and 25 charity shops to sometimes pick up maybe one per shop. Like, do you think it's people like that, or do you think it's people from just like the everyday public that just
No,
enjoy a bit of reselling
I
content? Like, what
think
is
it
it?
is. Yeah, I think it is actual resellers. And I said I get some of the guys' points. Some of the things that he said, other people said in the comments about how charity shops are upping their prices because they're watching reselling videos on YouTube. I don't agree with that. Charity shops are upping their prices because they have targets to hit. It's as simple as that. And speak to your charity shop managers, because guess what? I thought they would actually dislike YouTubers and dislike resellers. Complete opposite from what I found. Reason being is we end up spending the most money in the charity shop throughout the year. I think Chris Lightwork spoke about this on his podcast with Benji. We're going to shout out their podcast. Although they said they wanted to destroy us, we will shout out their podcast.
We'll show love.
We'll show love, they can show hate. But Chris mentioned this and he worked out how much he spent throughout the year in the charity shops. And it was, I can't remember the figure. It was crazy money.
60.
I've mentioned Joan next door. Yeah, she does not spend that money down the charity shop in a year. She might go and buy one or two items a year, if that. Maybe not. So the charity shop managers, a lot of them actually like us resellers because we do end up spending the most money. So the whole robbing from people is not true. Unless you're going in a charity shop and everything you pick up with no relationship with the manager, you're saying, this is up for 30, could we take a quid? That is slightly different conversation, maybe. But the other thing in what was mentioned is boot sale prices are going up because of YouTube resellers. No. Boot sale prices are going up because resellers are trying to avoid HMRC. Now eBay's putting all the reports forward, Vintage doing the same. So now they're going to the car boot sale and they're asking for eBay prices. That has nothing to do with YouTube. But that's my opinion. Other people have got different opinions. And what was funny about that guy had also asked me for help on another video about learning Packlink. And then I replied back to him, he goes, yeah, fair point. But I didn't use your advice in the end, kind of thing. And I'm like, well, why are you asking for advice then? So I just don't get, mate, people are people at the end of the day. But I feel just because I make content doesn't mean I'm not allowed my own opinion on it, which is why I reacted to it. Because I could sit there and just be like, yeah, thanks for watching the video. But no, my opinion's not that. My opinion is, why are you here? Why are you subscribed?
I think it's a bit of bitterness.
I don't know. I don't think it's bitterness.
Mate, what is it?
People look for an easy answer. People want to say they're struggling with their reselling and it's because of YouTubers. I think that's what it comes down to. People are finding it hard out there. And instead of actually looking at themselves, and look, I'm finding it hard. But I'm not blaming George Ross for me not finding anything at TK Maxx. Do you know what I mean? You've got to look at yourself. And I think some people do not want that self-accountability.
Yeah, this is exactly what you just said. Secret Carper. Good morning, mate. Valid points, really. The guy was asking for help a year ago. You said exactly that. He was asking you for help and then absolutely went for you on your...
I think the other YouTubers will speak about this as well. The amount of people who have dropped in your messages on DMs asking for help, and then a few weeks later they'll put a shitty comment on your YouTube channel. You know, I've had it from other, I'm not going to name names, I've had it from other YouTubers who have been asking me for help and I've spoke to, and then, yeah, let's not go into it. I could do some reaction videos for sure. And you know what? I will say one thing more on this, Luke. Dungeons and Joypads, who I've had on my podcast before, and I've met him at Dungeon, lovely guy. He done a reaction video to it. And he tried to message me on Instagram, and because my Instagram's not there, he thought I'd blocked him. And he wrote on my YouTube, and I said, like, no, mate, I'm not into that blocking thing. And his reaction video is very good because he made some points on there that I did not even consider myself. So I don't mind people having a difference of opinion of it. That's what it's all about at the end of the day.
Yeah, George is in. He's probably had it a few times. Just uploaded my TK Maxx vid this morning, purposely ruining reselling, telling the masses he should have put secret sale. Like,
Yeah, but George,
it
it's
was,
too late because the sale's over. So now you're forcing all of these people now to rush to TK Maxx, and the sale's over. Do you know what I mean? It's like,
with you.
at the end of the day, look, Simon put out the video the day of the sale.
He was rapid.
Is there anything wrong with that? Absolutely not. Because you know what? Simon's probably helped out. And George, I think, done it last year, and George done the video this year. Like, I look at it and say to myself, if I didn't know, Simon might have just made me a couple of £1,000. That's the way I look at it. There's so much to go around. Unless you're getting one reseller going to TK Maxx and buy up the whole clearance sale, they'll make a loss on that, by the way. You can still find stuff. Just go and look for it. But you've got to go and do that. You can't blame anyone else. You've got to go and do it yourself.
I had a chat with a woman when I went charity shopping yesterday behind the till, and because mate, at the end of the day, like I'm putting on the till a woman's item, a men's item, like all different colors, all different sizes. It looks odd. So she turned around and said, "What?" She said, "So are you gonna you selling this stuff on or?" And like I used to feel really awkward, and now because I've never had a bad reaction, I've never had someone turn around and say like, "Oh, like why are you doing that?" or really, nothing negative. They're always really intrigued, and if anything, they do actually want to work with you, because she also told me the best days that they like mass put stuff out when they mark it down, and then also she was like, "Are you interested in anything else?" And they had these, they were like New Balance London Marathon jackets, all with tags, and they were priced a little bit too expensive. So she said, no, I said to her, I was like, I'm interested in them, but they're just a little bit too expensive. And then she said, you know what? I'll talk to the manager out the back. And then she was like, do you want to pass them to me? Handed them all to her. End of the day, the deal didn't work. But she said, if you come in when that manager's not in, I would most likely do it for you cheaper, because at the end of the day, she said all of this stuff, like so much of it goes to rag for like 10, 12p a kilo. She's like, it just goes to them. And she was like, I understand working with people like you. And I said, like, to be honest, I come in here every single week, and I would spend like 100, 200, whatever it takes. As long as the stuff works for me and it works for you guys, I'll take it. But like Julie down the road is like spending like a tenner a month. Like
Joan and Julie aren't big spenders, are they?
No, they don't get their wallet out. So yeah, as soon as I started speaking like that, they were just very interested, because like what you said, they got targets. They don't want the stock to go to like other stores in the area. They want it for themselves. So yeah,
it's funny you think about it though, with all of this. It's like the reselling community is so funny.
It's
because
hilarious.
we're all doing the same things, yeah. What reseller Georgie picks up today or sells today, unless he's going to message me and say, oh James, do you know what? I'm gonna transfer you this sale. Give us your bank details. Let me send you 100 quid. It don't really matter, but it is so funny because even myself, like, people get so engrossed in it. It's like we all should be supporting each other and be like we're in the same boat. But sometimes it feels like blah, 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 blah. And I'm guilty of it. I've been guilty of it as well, like getting involved in stuff that I don't need to get involved in. But it's funny because the people moaning about reselling content are still the same people who are going to car boots, trying to get things as cheap as possible, beating people down on price, jumping in people's boots, going to charity shops, negotiating in charity shops. We all do it. So I don't know. It's a weird community. It really is.
It's like one of the car boots. Like when we had a discussion about paying an extra £10 or £15 to get in early. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Like, and then people were bitter about that. The stuff that I was picking up before, like, because you get a solid like 45 minutes to an hour before everyone else will come in. It's like, well, just pay the extra.
You have the same opportunity, and like things with relationships. If I'll give an example, I was in my charity shop yesterday, and another reseller walked in, and you might watch this. Apologies because I don't know your name. Because when people see you on I'm not famous, by the way. I'm not gonna. When people see you famous, I kind of walk.
Can I get an autograph?
Addlestone High Street without being spotted. But he obviously knew who I was, and he jokingly said, "Oh, leave some of the stuff for me." And I just went, like, no, like in a jokey way. But it's a case of like, you now have to go and build your relationship to get the edge. So when I walk in, you're in there and you're getting the stuff before I even get a chance to look at it. So you've got to be out there and active. And I will never blame anyone else for my downfall when it comes to eBay. If I end up not making money on eBay, it's not your fault. It's not Carper's fault. It's not Andy. Well, it could be Andy's fault sometimes. But I will never blame anyone else, where I think people do look for that easy blame. It's YouTubers who are ruining reselling. That kind of attitude, you know?
Yeah.
I think anyway, let's move on from that. I talked about that enough.
Yeah, no, I get it, man. Yeah, winter car boots, topic of the pod. But I went to my first one on the weekend.
Yeah.
And I've never been to one before. I spoke to a few people. I think Luke resells on Instagram. I spoke to him a little bit about
Luke resells videos on TikTok all the time at the moment.
Nice.
Really popping off.
Yeah, I spoke to him about a couple that he goes to, and I'm going to head up there as well, and probably meet up with him as well, which would be nice. But I went to one. It's kind of down the road from me. I think it was about 20 minutes away, and it's free for buyers. But it was absolutely tiny, which I was cool with. Like, I understand. At the end of the day, it was -1. Like, it was -1, and there was, I'm not even joking, there was still like 15, 20 stalls, which was like, I mean, it's okay. But man, I did awful. Like, I had an absolute mare. I rocked up, bearing in mind I was going to film. So first time getting the camera out, like setting it up in the van, like attaching it to the like the chest mount and everything on the backpack. Go to the first stall, and the woman's got, I think she had like 3 pairs of diesel jeans. And I'm looking through them, like checking them over everything. And then we've done a deal for like 3 for tenner. And she was like, okay, that's cool. And then I literally go into my pockets. I've brought no cash, no card, nothing. I've got 0. All I got is my phone. Like, I was that distracted by the fact that I had a camera, and I've never done anything like that before, that everything else just went out the door. Like, I brought no cash and no card to draw out money to
That's
a car boot sale. How ridiculous is that? So I'm
That's
saying to her, can you do a bank transfer? And we was just like, it was her mum and like a sister. And we were all just cracking up. Like, she was like, you brought the wrong C, like you brought a camera instead of cash. And then we're just like, oh God, it was so funny. But I was just like, what the hell have I done here? But end of the day, like, I'm honestly glad that I've seen one of them, because I've never seen, like, apart from when it goes into like November time, I've never been to a winter car boot.
The thing is, I know you are now going to become a clickbait YouTuber. You have the perfect title for that video.
I know, that's what I said to Simon.
I went to the car boot sale with no cash and still managed to come away with some stuff. That kind of thing. That's getting clicks, man. I'm clicking that because I feel like you're just a thief. But what was the?
Just an idiot.
It was interesting, the reaction though with regards to that family, where they were like, "Yeah, bank transfer's fine." There's so many people even now who would be so skeptical of that. Even I would be a little bit skeptical, because I feel like, what do you mean you haven't got cash? You've come to a car boot and now you want to do a bank transfer. I'd be worried in case you like do a chargeback or something. I don't know. Like, I would be a bit like, this guy is a bit weird, you know. But what did you do after then? Did you just bin it off and go home? Are we going to see any YouTube content?
Oh mate, I straight up deleted everything. Like, it was the most embarrassing thing ever. I was like, but I did like, I think I did like 1 or 2 laps, and then there was nothing. So, but I spoke to Luke, and I've seen videos of the other ones, and they look huge. So yeah, I'm probably going to venture out to them ones. But are you in the
same area?
No, he's like Colchester way, so I think he's quite a distance, but it definitely looks like it's probably worth a trek. So I'll probably end up there. But yeah, you went to one as well, didn't you? It was a brand new one.
Yeah, I went to one. I don't know how much we should really say about it, to be honest. Yeah,
don't if you don't want
to. Let's move on from that one.
But yeah, no, you met up with Simon though, didn't you? You both went to the same
yeah.
one.
It was nice to meet up with Simon. So Saturday I was out all day. I had a really good day Saturday, but I was out all day Saturday, and then I was driving home and had a voice note from Simon, just been like, "Hi mate, right, so I've been looking for car boots in my area," and I knew where this was going. It's like, "I've been looking for car boots in my area, there's nothing on. Would I be stepping on your toes if I came to yours?" And I was like, "Mate, come along." This is what I'm saying. Like, plenty to go around. Like, come along, Simon, plenty to go around. There wasn't plenty to go around. I got 1 bit, Simon got 2, so I lied to him. But yeah, met up with Simon. it was YouTube Central there, which again, people were like, oh, YouTube. Low. The reason you didn't get much is because of the other YouTubers. No, forget YouTubers. There's other resellers there as well. So there was Flippin' Sloth, there was Johnny, there was Rachel Fantastic, there was myself and Simon, all there, all filming. So, yeah, it reminds me of the old Borden days where it used to be me, Sloth. Johnny wasn't filming back then, but Jamie Dodger, Ricky Reset, like all of us would be at that car boot sale. And so we released the footage and you would see it from like 5 or 6 point of views from all the like YouTubers there. So, but yeah, it was all right, mate. It's February at the end of the day, sorry. So was I glad I went? Yes, because a couple of reasons. You mentioned it, created an opportunity for myself, and I got to meet up with Simon, which is always nice. Did I get good stuff? I got one item. Was it good? It was okay. But it's February, so bring on March, April time when they really kick off.
If you had an opportunity to go to say 2 or 3 on a Sunday, even if it's say -1 like it was on a weekend,
Yeah.
are you going to go to them?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it was, don't get me wrong, it was freezing cold. It was horrible. But I feel mid-March is when my main ones really start, to be honest with you. So I think mid-March will be the time when I go out. And yeah, I think on a Saturday, normally I hit 1. I could hit the second one, but I'd be very late. But so Saturday would be 1, definitely, maybe 2. On Sunday, I think I can hit 2 or 3, depending on what my plan is with it. Because we spoke about this before. It's always the FOMO when it comes to going to multiple car boots. Because you get to the first one and you're first. You're there early. You're with everyone else. The cars are pulling up. You're there early. By the time you get to the second and third, obviously you can't be first. So I need to really this season try and switch my mentality to say there's still going to be stuff there, James. Because sometimes I go there and I'm like, wow, what's the point? And you aimlessly walk around. You're not really looking. You're not really trying because you feel like all the good stuff's gone. You see Benji in the field already and he's like, oh, mate, look, I've got a free eye kit. I'm like, you might as well go home. Do you know what I mean? But then I need to change that because there will be stuff that Benji won't see. And especially this season as well, I'm going to add back in the everything stuff at car boots a bit more as well. So there is going to be more opportunities for me. So yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I think that's what Secret Carpet was saying as well. Do you think you'd pick up a lot more if you were selling everything again at the boot sale?
It's strange. I think I would pick up a lot more, but I think then the back end of the process would take me a lot longer, if that makes sense. So I used to go to the car boot and sometimes fill up my little wagon 3 or 4 times. I mean, that Nerf gun deal I got, the wagon was filled up twice, and I had Flippin' Sloth carrying stuff out for me as well. So the quantity wise, absolutely. But I think when I go to the car boots now, I'm hoping my sourcing is going to be more nailed during the week. So I can still look at the clothing at the car boot, but I want to pick up the cameras. I want to pick up the games consoles when you see them. I want to pick up the random stuff where, you find something, you scan it, and you're like, oh, this sells for 80 quid on eBay, and they want a $5. I want to do that kind of thing again. Number of reasons. I want to make it fun for me again when it comes to reselling. I really want to feel like the boot sales are really enjoyable because that's how they used to feel. They used to feel like so exciting, like you never know what you're going to find. Also, I know from a business point of view, the content is so much better when you watch the random pickups. Like Jamie Dodger, not just because he picks up random stuff. Like he's really good on camera. He comes across really well. I love James. By the way, if he's in here, congratulations because they announced last night that they're expecting their second child.
Oh, mate, amazing.
On the YouTube video, he pulled out a little drawer thing and had a baby scan photo in there. So epic reveal, by the way.
Insane.
Yeah, he's a good mate of mine. And I love watching his videos because it's like, what random stuff is he going to find today? And I feel like I miss making that content as well. So yeah, I think you're right, Carper. I think I will end up finding more if I open up my eyes to the everything side. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have a small everything store in my second garage.
But I think he's very similar to you in a way that he narrows in on shoes, but then he doesn't pass up on profit if he sees it.
And that's where I've gone wrong. That's where I've gone wrong. I've narrowed into clothing, and then I've been completely blinkers on. When I should be narrowed into clothing, but then I should also be like, but I have so much knowledge of the other stuff that I used to buy. Like when you're walking past a store, like scan more. because I think I just scan to rails now, and that's where my eyes go instead of looking at the table and seeing what's on there. But then when I have looked, I've picked up like a Mew camera on a table at the car boot. I picked up a thing called a Shelby, which is like a Furby, but the female version. And I
Yeah.
showed Benji, and Benji was like, "What the fuck have you brought?" And I said, "Trust me, it's self good money." Sold it for 80 quid. So I just need to take the blinkers off slightly from just clothing, still focus on the clothing, but also say, right, okay, what other stuff can we buy? But if you, I stand by, if you see me pick up a CRT TV, give me pelters. Get
You're
on the
finished.
video and give me absolute pelters. Although I have got some big boxes left, so who knows? We'll see what the season brings.
I think that's exactly what happens with me at car boots and charity shops. I think I've got like blind spots, as in like it's just narrowed in on the rails, and then like the stuff on the top, and then in the charity shop just literally on the rails. That's it, nothing else. But anything else I do pick up, unless I literally put it through the system straight away, like what Simon was saying, where it's like 48 hours, everything's up and listed. It literally sits there, and there's probably about 2 IKEA bags outside the door that I need to go down the car boot and just clear it, and then anything that doesn't sell, just get rid of it, because it just sits around. Like even stuff that I need to like treat, as in like wash, it just sits there. So I either need to process it straight away, or just I need to clear out, mate.
Quick question for you and anyone in the chat. Going slightly off topic, have eBay actually made that change when it comes to the conditions yet for clothing?
I looked at it this morning. I was just really curious because it was supposed to be yesterday, but I was outsourcing, so I was a little bit gutted I couldn't crack on with it. So I was going to do it today after I'd done my picturing and that. But I went to do a draft, and then I literally changed it to used, and nothing.
It's going to be a slow rollout, isn't it?
Yeah, because I mean, I would love to just crack on with that today as well, and just get all of my listings done, updated. But yeah, it's a shame.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to, if it hasn't changed, I'm just going to go outsourcing today and do that tomorrow.
Yeah. How are you for like queues and drafts and everything like that? Are you kind of living day by day, or are you kind of a little bit ahead?
No, still day by day. I've got today sorted, but after today, it's like back to square one when it comes to stock. So I definitely need to get out. My plan was to do what you said today, fix everything today, spend time in the store and to get things in my store to sell, look at the pricing, change the description, actually look at pulling some stuff out as well, potentially. That could be dragging down the store. But if it hasn't changed, my day-to-day will be sourcing, and then probably do that tomorrow if it changes. Because I'm the same as you. I want to get it done as quick as possible, because it's good to reflect on what you've got already and then to be able to move on. I don't want to leave it for days and days and days, you know?
Thing is with this as well, like say you wanted to just do that, like you're never done anyway. You know, like this, I feel like this is never done. There's always something you can do every single day. I mean, I feel like that anyway.
Crystal saying there it's been rescheduled to mid-Feb, no exact date. Crystal, was that on an eBay announcement? I must have missed that. See, that is the one down. I must say that is the one downside of not being on Instagram.
Yeah, to be fair, I haven't seen it.
You have to go read it all yourself.
I don't know. Is it an announcement that's come out?
Let's have a look. Overview. I'm just going to have a look now.
Buyer protection poker.
Pokemon Day?
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's on the seller update on the 3rd, because that was only a couple of days ago, wasn't it? What's changing private fees? What's changing for business sellers?
Oh, they're pushing cards at the moment quite high, aren't they, I think?
Cards has always been massive, though.
Yeah, but they're talking about catch 'em all. On the 27th of February, buyers and sellers will be gearing up for Pokemon Day. So they're doing something for that.
Yeah, I can't see anything about it unless this come out on their Facebook page or someone's heard from someone within.
Maybe someone spoke to eBay and that's what one of the reps said. Anyway, I think I'll just check it like on a daily basis, and when it happens, it happens, and then might have to adjust today.
Yeah, if I see anything on there, but yeah, how's sales been as well? I was gonna, I don't know. Let me just go to my so I wanted to show some sales, like see how they've been for the week, and
we could do the sales thing that we do. Yeah, I mean, I spoke to you on Saturday morning, and I was stressed to the max because it looked like the 4% was still on there. And I spoke to an eBay rep, and they were like, "Yeah, your 4% is on there till the end of Feb." And then I spoke to I spoke to a
He's losing
manager
your
at
head.
eBay who looked into it and said that no, that's not the case. So it's been consistent. My graphs are looking a lot more consistent at the moment since this 4% has dropped off. It's steady, man. It's not crazy sales wise on eBay. Vintage been doing okay. It's steady. I'm not going to come on here and be like, "Oh, mate,
It's unreal."
Like, I ain't that kind of person. Yeah, it's steady, like £200 days, basically.
Yeah, I think I
On
don't know
eBay.
how it's trending, but yeah, I will get up just to show you guys what's been selling and if there's anything you should be looking out for. By the way, I'm really enjoying a guy called Dem Nuggets reselling. Like, I'm really enjoying his videos at the minute. I mean, literally something as simple as his TK Maxx pickups, his charity shop pickups, like just sitting in the car, just purely showing his finds. I've been really enjoying them. So if you're in it, mate, well done for those. But I'm going to show this screen 1 second.
We've got to do the guessing game, haven't we? People like that.
Ah, you want to do that, yeah? Wait,
I
allow.
reckon so. And then you can show your whole sales if you want. I know you like flexing your week's worth of sales, you know, 7 pages worth of sales, but I thought we want to play the guessing game, but you're sharing things in here.
Oh, shit. Yeah, wait.
Wait.
That was way too early. Right, you go then, and then I'll go. You're just going to grab anything from like the top 10 and just see what it went for and then reveal it?
We're going to do the last 7 days of sales, okay? So I'm going to give people 3 items to guess. First item, the Universal Works jumper I got from TK Maxx. So it's a Universal Works jumper, men's extra large, New York Merino cardigan mix, Fair Isle, brand new with tags. I was saying to Andy that I really wanted to keep it. I was really tempted to keep it. And Andy was like, yeah, like, treat yourself. You're allowed to keep stuff from time to time. And I was thinking in my head, like, oh, yeah, he's made a good point now. And I kid you not, an hour later it sold.
Right, I was going to say that's rapid. That's well
So, yeah, I paid 30. I think I paid 32 for it. I think it was, or 30, something like that. It was 32, I think. So, yeah, Universal Works jumper Fair Isle. What did it sell for? What's the guesses in the chat?
It's brand new as well.
Brand new with the tags.
That was one we used really in between as well. I remember.
Yeah, just because of the price, man. I don't like spending money.
I'm going to go 75.
We need a little scoreboard for this game, don't we? We should really do like a yearly scoreboard, and then whoever gets the most points wins a £5 Greg's voucher because we love giving it away. You're going 75.
I go 75. Carper goes 74.99.
Yeah, you can't be over. You know that. So let's see if we got any more guesses. I know there's a slight lag in the chat. Or no one's playing along. No one can be bothered with our game. Either way, we'll wait a second, see if we got any more guesses. We need some like hold music.
Yeah, I'm going 75. 85, Andy.
Carper was right, as you said it. £48.20 for E&J. How long do we give them, man? Should we just reveal it? Snooze, you lose.
If you come in last second, then go on.
All right, it's a weird number because they used a coupon. £80 and 47 pence.
Oh, what's it, Andy, isn't it? That was it,
no,
mate. That was a good pickup in the end, then.
You can't be over, so you won with 75.
Oh, fair enough.
It was. It sold pretty quick. Don't get me wrong. I'd rather have sold on Vinted with no fees, but you know, it is what it is.
Oh, right. Let's go. I want to try something a little bit different. I don't know. A few people might know that one. So Ralph Lauren jumper, the size medium, green, but it's a USA flag on the front, but it's polo jeans. So USA, kind of like chunky knit, flag on the front, but it's polo jeans.
What size is it?
Medium. What are you searching at?
No, but if it's like an extra small, do you know what I mean? It's going to drop the price. If it's a 4XL, you're going to look for good money. So I'm going for, you always want to be better than me. So 94.99.
94.99. Carper's gone 59.99. Andy's gone 45. Joe's gone 45. This surprised me, to be honest. Ian 51.27. Mate, to be honest, I thought the fact that it was polo jeans would pull it all the way down. Because I know when you just get a normal polo one, like you could probably easily get 100. So I thought like you're going to be like
94.99 is looking good now. These guys are going to be crazy their misses.
No, it was 83.93, which okay. I was pleasantly surprised with.
Carper's got a point for that one then.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. My next one. Vintage Jaeger. Ignore me. Not Jaeger. I'm thinking of drinks. Vintage Jaguar shirt. Men's small HSBC Formula One motorsport.
Oh, I love F1 stuff.
I wonder if I can show a picture of it.
Did you say it was a small?
Hold on. Let me see if I can do something here. No, it's going to show it. Yeah, vintage Jaguar shirt, men's small white HSBC Formula One. I'm going.
I don't know if it'll beat 20 quid. I'm going 17.99.
What we got? 12, 16.89, 17.99. Let's reveal it. I know there's a lag in the chat, but 48.95.
What? For a t-shirt?
No, it's a shirt, vintage.
Oh, like is it button up short sleeve?
Yeah. Oh, now look, you want more detail.
That's 40 odd quid all day long. That's a great price. What'd you get that for then?
I remember. I don't know if you remember. I showed you. I sniped on Vinted for I think 5 with post. This was ages ago. I had it up for like £100 for ages, and then it's just drop, and I took an offer.
Right. I'll do one more. Tottenham Hotspur shirt, large. So it's the Puma one, and first team autograph, like all over it, 2009 to 2010. No certificate.
Read it out again, sorry.
Andy.
Yeah, finished. 0. What was it? Spurs,
2009. Is it 2009? 2009, but like the first team signed the front. Puma shirt.
How many players signed?
No certificate.
But how many signatures?
Oh, well, I'm going to have to go into it.
Like roughly, yeah. We're talking 1 or we're talking
right, 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
That no certificate thing always throws people off because you know,
that's why
me and you could have signed that ourselves.
Do you pick them up at car boots? Because if you've got I pick them up. If they're like 10, 20 quid, I'll still pick them up.
The thing is, I was thinking like in my head, I'm thinking 50. Like if it was like a 99 United one or when Arsenal Invincible season and that's signed, it adds the value. But Spurs have never won anything, so the date doesn't really matter.
If this was 08, as in like the year we won Carling Cup, then it might have. Yeah, I'm holding on to that. I'm holding on to that year.
I'm still going 125 because it is signed.
Okay, Carper went 99. Joe went 150. It went for £58.19.
Oh, Andy wins with 0. He was closest.
Yep. Andy smashed it. Oh, RS went 80. Yeah, that's what I mean. Sometimes it goes. I don't know, like if you know you saying there like 99 or like really old. So not that that's like really old, but like
no 99 do you think that adds... really old. You've got to remember 99 now is like how many years is 99? Yeah, that's like vintage.
Do you not think that hurts the value though?
No, I think
Like if there's no certificate and there's autographs on it, do you think that hurts it?
okay, yeah, I think it can do for certain things because some people want to wear the shirt and they don't want to wear it with the signatures. So I think it can. It's a different. I think it's a different market, isn't it? Because a signature shirt will go to a collector market, but most collectors would want the certificate, I believe.
Because you buy it with signatures, you're probably going to want to like frame it or something, but then you don't have a certificate to prove that it was actually done. So I think no certificate should hurt the value a lot, but they still seem to sell like, that's why I pick them up for like 15, 20 quid sometimes, because they'll still sell for like 60 plus. Not that this just missed 60 quid, but yeah, I'll still grab them.
All right, I'm going to give you one more.
Go on then, mate.
Vintage Vic Reeves and Bob Mortimer shirt, like a t-shirt, black, medium, and the quote on the front says, "You looking at my bra," and it's from 1993.
Wait, what brand?
It's Vic Reeves and Bob Mortimer.
Never heard of it.
You've never heard of Vic Reeves?
No.
Are you actually kidding me?
I'm not joking. What, VIC?
Have you never heard of Shooting Stars?
What, is it a comedian?
Yeah, but they've done a show as well called Shooting Stars. Welcome to Shooting Stars. Welcome.
Never heard of it. Vic Reeves,
Wow.
commonly known by his stage name Vic Reeves. Nah, never heard of him. Never.
Anyway, it's a t-shirt.
Shooting Stars. Yeah, Ian's gone 12 quid, 1999. What is it? Is it like a single stitch t-shirt?
Yes, single stitch t-shirt.
28.
It sold for, again on offer, at £18.12.
Smashed it.
It was close. RS with the point.
Oh, I love it. I'm just saying, if there's,
I wish Derek, I wish you made the offer at 59. I would have bit your hand off. Yeah, Andy knows. You read. Oh, mate, you got to watch some Shooting Stars on YouTube.
Oh, mate. What did he say? Eureka.
Who's the why can't I think of his name? There was the guy who was dressed up as an adult baby. Matt Lucas was dressed up as an adult baby on the drums. Mate, the program's wild. And he used to call like a dove from above. He used to go, "The dove from above," and like call it, mate. It's great. Eureka Johnson. Yeah, there we are. There. Yeah, Eureka Johnson was in there.
Oh, right. Just give people like a little bit of value of what's been selling and why it's selling and what they're selling for and stuff like that. I'm just going to share. I'm going to share that.
Morning, Ian. By the way, Master of Pieces is in. Been
Morning,
joining these videos.
Let me push this to the side. So I'll probably give like the top 10 or top 20. But if you want me to keep scrolling or whatever, I've never even had Arc'teryx, let alone sell it.
Can you make it full screen again? Get rid of us for a sec, because it might be in my eyesight, but that's better.
So number one was Arc'teryx trousers. They were like soft shell style, the Gamma AR range. But to be honest, anything Arc'teryx. I got these and I got 2 pairs of these for a $5 each at a car boot.
That's
which was ridiculous. I remember the guy brought it out, and to be fair, like, he is a clothing seller as well, but he just didn't know what it was. So he brought out one of them, and then all of a sudden I see another pair of soft shell trousers coming out, and I was like, "Oh, can I have a look at them?" Because, mate, if anyone sees that logo, they're all over it. But I could tell just by like the soft shell material. But yeah, these were the Gamma AR range. But anything Arc'teryx, oh my god! But they're the only 2 things I've ever seen of Arc'teryx. Never seen it in a charity shop, never seen it at a car boot since. So yeah, it's so hard to come by. And also this one I found in a charity shop, I think either last week or the week before, and I've never come across Filson. I don't know if you've come across Filson yet.
No, I don't think so.
But yeah, CC Filson. It's like an overshirt jacket, plaid one. But yeah, I paid up for this. I mean, or at least I felt like I was paying up. I paid 35 quid and it sold for just under 110. But I remember speaking to Simon because I think he's come across Filson a couple of times now, and I
Oh,
said,
I like. Sorry, mate, to interrupt, but I do like. 'Cause remember, I had the Filson gilet that I got from the charity shop for a
"Yeah,
tenner,
you did,
and it
yeah,
sold for I think 120. So I have come across it. Yeah, when you mentioned Simon's name, I link him with Filson.
yeah, you do, didn't you?" Because he came across, I think, 2 bits within like a short space of time, and I'm like, "Where are you going?" So yeah, like I thought I was paying up, but I asked him and I said, "Look, do you think 35 is a bit much?" He said it should be a oneer. So yeah, he was bang on. And then Universal Works, I think a lot of you guys will know that brand by now. It was all over TK Maxx. James was speaking about it earlier with a jumper, but this was like a tweed 3-button like overcoat kind of like chore style. But that was a TK Maxx pickup. I think I got that for 30. I think it was 39. So that
Nice.
went for, I mean, yeah, you're paying up a little bit as well, but solid 100 quids for them. All Saints, everyone knows All Saints, but this is, if you can find the All Saints with the back prints as well on the hoodies, they're really good. But this one was new tags, so brand new. They're like 150, 200 quid. So that was just under a oneer. Rab, mate, we ain't spoke about Rab in ages, but I don't find it. I don't really find it that much in charity shops. I find it's almost impossible to get on Vinted nowadays. And this was a great size though, but it was more like a windbreaker style rather than
Yeah.
a puffer. So I thought that was a crazy price
I
getting
was
that
going to
for
say you've done well to get that price. What size is it? Extra
extra
large.
large,
That would have
but it's
helped it, but
mint.
I still think I still think you probably got top price for that.
But I mean these ones at the top, so the Arc'teryx, the Filson, the Universal Works, the All Saints, and the Rab, all of these, I paid at least 20 quid. Apart from the Arc'teryx trousers, so 35 for that. I think 39 for Universal Works. I paid 20 for the All Saints, and then I paid 30 for the Rab in a charity shop.
Isn't that weird thinking about that? Because say, for instance, you got all of them on the same day, your cost of goods would have been like 150 quid, for instance, yeah?
Yeah.
You would have walked out of that shop feeling like, I've only got 5 items for 150 quid, like my cost of goods is so high. But look at your net sales on them. Like you've turned 150 quid into what? What's that? 400 nearly?
Yeah, no, not gonna lie. Like it does kill you to. I mean, it killed me to spend 30 quid on a wrap, especially like a windbreaker style. And then, I mean, Arc'teryx, that's a no brainer. But I mean, these ones I was debating, like, but when you know that they're solid, I mean, John Smedley, I think I paid less than. I think I paid maybe like 10, 15 for this, but like new with tags. If you get, obviously look out for the Sea Island cotton.
I was going to say, how have you got that for a Smedley, but it's new with tags? That makes sense.
Yeah, and then obviously the Ralph that we spoke about earlier, but the Peter Millar, I mean, I got a huge bundle off someone on Vinted who
You've got loads of
lives.
new with tag stuff, haven't you? Like selling.
I mean, I've always been very skeptical. I think because we're in the group and that about putting it new with tags, but I don't know. I've just started doing it lately, like actually just listing it as new with tags rather than being a bit scared and putting it as used, displaying the tag and everything like
As
that.
long as it hasn't got any marks or defects on it, then I'd feel comfortable like you have.
Yeah, so I've just been doing it. So yeah, and then Levi's jacket, but it was like the Made in USA, slightly different tag. The Bjorg, is it Borg? How do you say it? Like Sherpa fleece?
I call it Borg, but I don't know if that's the right pronunciation.
But yeah, look out for these tags. They'll say like Levi's the place, and then it'll be the medium, then like the made in USA. I mean, look out for that. But I'm not gonna lie, even for these Made in USA kind of like 80s, 90s ones, you don't get that much more of a premium, I don't think, than just like the standard ones. You might get like say 10, 15 quid more, but yeah, it's not crazy. But yeah, there's
my guy's out here selling some Australia rugby shirts as well.
oh, this was crazy. I mean, to be honest, I thought it was pretty crazy. Like, but I didn't understand. Cool. I thought it looked like a modern tag, but then as soon as you see like the Made in Australia below it, double XL ARL, it was quite a nice one. And that one I think did go to Australia. But first time picking up me and M about a week or so ago, and this blew my mind, mate. Me and M jumper, 100% wool, really nice like knit, and 60 quid. I just had no idea of these prices. So,
I sold me and M for, what did I sell mine for? Yeah, about the same money, 60.
Yeah, and then I think everyone knows your Northie Spurs one we went over earlier. This was pretty cool one, just a standard like Adidas jacket, but it's got a spanner 82 on the arm. So look out for this as well. So it's like
Oh,
early
that's
2000s with that tag. Really, really cool.
you're finding some like cool stuff in the wild here. I'm
I mean
rating it.
that was a vintage one. It's just been a mix up, but I wanted to touch on as well. I mean, do you want to share yours as well, or do you want to?
Not after that, not really.
Well, I just thought like people can get a little bit maybe out of the stuff that we're selling every week, even if they just.
You ain't learning nothing from me. No, I don't mind sharing it. What did I get? Performance. Is it this one? Yeah, I think it's this one. Let me know when you can see it. Oh, I didn't get as much from my M&M. I only got 53. They must have used a coupon.
Sorry if you're just listening to the audio as well. Like we'll try and explain it as best as we can.
So Eden Ravenscroft blazer. This one I spoke about. The guy purchased it from America and then he cancelled it. So I accepted the cancellation and then he re-offered the same amount of money and said, I've updated my address now, all good to go. But in his cancellation message, he didn't put anything about the address. Anyway, so that's sold. So 90 quid on that one there. Universal Works spoke about Shuffle jacket. This was a £5 pickup in a charity shop down the road.
£5.
Yeah, that was not in my main one. It was women's size 14. Funny thing, someone messaged me when I was at the car boot on Sunday. This jacket's meant to have like an inner lining. And they were like, have you got the inner lining for it as well? Like buttons on. And I said, oh no, it's just this jacket. And then I was talking to her for a bit, or him for a bit. And it's sold to someone else like straight away.
Weird.
So I'm a firm believer that if someone's messaging you about an item, eBay gives it a bump. I believe that happened. Anyway, M&M. This was a TK Maxx pickup for 15 quid. Except an offer of 51. I had it listed for like 80. And then I had some lowball offers come in. Then I had an offer come in. Or this, again, it might have been coupon. I don't know. This Ralph Lauren blazer I picked up for 15 the other week at a charity shop. 50 quid. There's the shirt I was talking about, which is the Jaguar one. I think if I showed the picture, your price might have gone up. Paul Smith blazer, Canali blazer, South Africa rugby shirt, just some Jeeves and Hawks, or Jeeves and Hawks trousers, however you pronounce it. This was a good one. This was a £8 pickup from the charity shop. I thought this was quite cool.
30 quid. I love the ultralight down. They're unreal for like personal.
Sold 2 of these to someone.
Yes, come on.
Up the World Book Day. Marks and Spencer's shacket. Marks and Spencer's gilet. I'm getting these for like £1 each, just Marks and Spencer stuff.
Is that autograph or is that just standard Marks and Spencer's?
Which one are you looking at? This one?
Yeah, that one.
Well, where I'm getting it from.
Yeah, just normal M&S. That's strong. Oh my god, what is that? So is that a double? So that's a 3XL base.
The size really helps on it.
I mean, the size, the style. That's really 27 quid for a. I'm gonna have to start looking at them because they'll be everywhere at car boots as well.
Yeah, I think the size helped massively on that. Same as this, it was the UK 20 for this gilet. And this is good move. I believe this is like Marks and Spencer's like fitness range.
Yeah, it's the active range. I would like if that was a £5, I'd be debating that.
Yeah,
but
it was I think £1 or £2.
That's brilliant.
Because I sold a pair of football boots, sold a pair of running shoes, and everything else just like small sales really. Yeah.
I mean, M&S
I've got
is strong.
bangers. That's the thing. I looked at yours and I'm like, look, this is where I need to get better at. I need to have these sales, but also have like 3 or 4 bangers in the week. So that's what I'm really working on as well, picking up stuff that's going to be a banger. I mean, look, I've got my Universal, not Universal Works, our Legacy jacket.
Oh,
I looked this morning at the amount of like watches and stuff. It is absolutely mental. I need someone to just pull the trigger. I'm getting message. I had a message every day saying, "Can you show me a picture of it tried on?" and all this stuff. I'm like, it's just asking for trouble.
This ain't deep up.
And yeah, exactly my fault. So I've got it on eBay listed at the moment. And this is why I want to look at the prices, because I listed it higher on eBay when I was at the 4%. So it's on eBay at the moment for $359.99. It's got 19 watches.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, there's nothing like it on eBay. I think when we looked,
Yeah,
it's a good size, a really strong brand. Um, it's just brilliant. It was definitely. I think it was it a 50 quid pickup?
£50.
Yeah, I mean, I thought when you showed me, I was like, I think that's a 200 quid jacket.
Yeah.
So, what's it up for
I
at the
mean,
minute? Two,
well,
three
that's
hundred?
what I've got up for $359.99, but that was before. That was when I was at the 4%. So I thought if it sells and I have to pay the 4%, I want to push it a bit more. I think on Vinted it's up for 300, and I've had offers on Vinted for like 260, 230. I accepted both of them, and neither paid.
260,
Yeah,
mate, and there's
that was
no fees.
literally within 10 minutes of listing it on Vinted. So I accepted the offer, and they didn't pay. And that's the thing with Vinted. People make you offers, you accept it, but until it actually comes up sale complete, means nothing.
Yeah, I
So
think you
yeah,
said it, Andy. I think you was one that kind of put me on that a little bit.
what's
I
that?
think it was Andy. I think Andy said about our legacy, and then I think you sent me a link as well to the actual website.
Well,
Yeah, mate,
Andy spoke
it's
about it last
crazy.
week. Andy spoke about it last week on the podcast. It was weird because we had the podcast, or maybe it was the week before. Anyway, Andy spoke about it. It might have been in the research. I don't know. Andy mentioned it. No, it was last week on the podcast. And then I sat here and spoke to you and Simon afterwards and was like, yeah, I don't think I'm going to go outsourcing today, blah, blah. And you both like encouraged me to go. Went to one town, went to
Yeah,
my second shop, and it was just hanging there. So yeah, that's thanks to Andy. I found that because Andy put it into existence, you know.
yeah, Tonks. We're gonna do it every week. So I mean, good or bad weeks or anything like that, you guys can get something out of it. So yeah, even if it's like football shirts with no certificates or just like little tiny nuances of sales. Like, I mean, James just pulling it up there, like showing me a good move. Not even a down gilet women's. I'm never thinking that you're getting 26, 27 quid for that. And an overshirt men's standard M&S like collection getting 27 quid. So even for me, like just seeing stuff like that, it just puts it on the radar. So I think I mean, we'll try and describe it as much as we can, especially if you're driving in a car or listening to it and you can't see the screen. But yeah, like I just think it'll be a useful part of the podcast as well.
And let's keep it transparent. My worst sale of the week was a Reading Football Club hoodie for £1.50 with postage on top. So it's not all good sales. I mean, you smashed me out the park again this week on it. I need to find more of them bangers. But the R Legacy is going to sell today, full price, and then next week I'll make sure we do the game again.
Yeah, no, it'd be interesting. Wait, what have they said? We're gonna really enjoy Vinted now. Items that have sat on eBay for ages are now finally selling. Are you finding that as well? Are you pushing stuff over and then they're selling straight away, or is it trickling in?
I had a little bit of a mare with my Vinted because I cross-listed quite a few items over, like first of all, when I first got Pro. And then I wanted to manage it a bit better. So I removed all of my Vinted listings because I wanted to start putting the SKU in so I could easily search it. Then I tried to copy them back across and it comes up duplicate listing. So on my Vinted, a lot of my older stuff's not on there, which is not the end of the world.
No.
But I could change it. I could go in, and I think you have to rotate the picture ever so slightly for it. It's whether I want to put the time in to do it. But at the moment, I've probably got, I don't know, 200 items on my Vinted store. It's steady. I'm making like a sale or two a day on average. You know, it's nothing crazy, but it is so nice when you sell something on Vinted for like, I mean, the PSP sold on Vinted for 70 quid and no fees. It's just,
Nice.
It's such a nice feeling. Like even looking at that thing we looked at, Luke, with all the selling costs, it makes me cringe because like, oh
It
yeah,
makes you cry, doesn't it?
I sold it for this, and then after everything, it's this. It's just that's eBay. At the end of the day, you got to pay to play.
I know. Like looking at the Arc'teryx or like the top sales, it's like nearly 20 quid in fees straight off the bat. So Yeah, it's nice to know. I mean, if you'd have sold that for 260 quid on Vinted, it's just straight 260. That's
Oh
crazy.
yeah, and 210 profit, isn't it? At the end of the day, 210 in your pocket, ready to go again, which is nice. But Andy, be careful with the good. I haven't done a deep dive on Good Move. I think, as I said, I think the size helped. It's a UK 20, and I feel that would have helped push the price on it. So just be careful.
Yeah, I think there's the style, because that style of gilet is, I mean, it's got
Nice
to be
color, like a
popular.
minty green color as well.
Yeah, because if I'm thinking of stuff that like Luce loves, like khaki stuff, because it's like very in. I'm guessing it is. If it ain't, then let me know. But she loves that and like oversized. So the size 20, like that style. Same with the other thing as well. Same with the overshirt. The style definitely in like overshirts. Love an overshirt.
Yeah.
And the size as well, 3XL. So yeah, those things definitely push it. What's Tom saying? A good item to look for that you guys might not know is Savile Row Derek Rose nightshirt. Solver 47 cost 80p. I see a lot of I don't know about you, but when I'm looking through shirts do my nutting because they're always so high and I've got to flick through them. But I always see a brand and then Savile Row below it. And I never know whether to look into it or not. So I think I need to do a
I'll be a deep dive on Savile Row coming up.
Yeah, possibly.
Because I remember Chuckle saying things like the Blazers, like if it's just Savile Row, it's not really worth picking up. Or Marks and Spencer's do one like inspired by Savile, like not worth picking up. So you've got to be super careful. But it sounds like Derek Rose might be a good one because Andy sold a dressing gown. Some in Hollywood.
Wait, what's the retail on that thing then?
Was it Hugh Hefner?
Derek Rose dressing gown. I picked up a Ralph Lauren one the other day. I never pick up dressing gowns.
Dressing
so I think
I never look.
Yeah, it's strange, isn't it?
Same as ties. People always say like, "Oh, just make sure we're in charity shop." You're in there anyway. Look at the ties. I used to always do it. I can't remember the last time I looked at ties now.
I think we did. We looked at scarves as well one time. It might have been that Is it Johnson's of Elgin? Is that the brand for the?
Simon had it, didn't he? Like
yeah. Fair enough. Well, mate, I think we will wrap it up there. I think I've just got a picture and list the stuff that I went out and bought yesterday. So that's me, and then I'm gonna get to the gym, mate. But what are you up to this morning?
Gonna go sourcing today. With eBay not making this change, we're gonna go out and go sourcing. So plan today, go to a couple of towns, do some sourcing, get the headphones on, get some good shit, have a good day, and then gonna go to the gym tonight. Gym, late night swim, back for football. Come on the Gunners. 3-0.
Who you got?
Newcastle in the cup.
Oh my god! So you're getting dumped out of that?
We're 2-0 down. We're going to win tonight 3-0. We're going to bring on the form from City. Skelly hat-trick, mark my words.
I think it could be an amazing game, like with the form as well. I don't know what form Newcastle in.
We get an early goal. The two are going down, and I'm going to make sure. I haven't forgot, okay? Carper's one of them. He didn't abuse, but I've got JP, who's not in here at the moment. I won't forget the abuse he gave me. And I haven't got Instagram, but I will find another way to get in touch with him. Don't you worry about that. And I might even voice note him. So up the Gunners.
I just think a Spurs Newcastle or Spurs Arsenal final would be unbelievable.
Spurs ain't getting it. Let's just move on.
Could you imagine a Spurs Arsenal final?
We would have to do. Do you know what we'd have to do? A live watch along on this channel.
Yeah, one of them.
A Bold-Clobber live watch along. Spurs.
There you go. We're gonna smash these tonight. Yeah, it's gonna be a sick game. What was it? 8 o'clock kickoff? Because if it is, I ain't gonna make it.
I think it's 8 o'clock. You'll be asleep, mate. Don't worry.
Yeah, I'll be in bed.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Thanks, mate. Good chat today. Enjoyed that.
Right. Much love, guys. Appreciate you guys being in here, and have a cracking one.
Peace. Shadow boxing at the end.